We're at Screamworld with Chris White. Chris is the person who's in charge of all the makeup at Screamworld. Hello, Chris. How are you today?
Good. How are you doing?
I know you're busy because we're ready to open. How many people are you going to do today?
We'll probably do about 50 or 60 people today because it's just opening weekend.
Yeah.
And we usually get up to about 75 people on full season.
On full season. 75 people. And how long do you have to do that?
We have about 2 hours basically to get that many people made up.
So that's like a few minutes per person.
Yeah, we try to keep it to maximum 5 minutes per person.
5 minutes per person.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's in each station. We have two areas. We have a latex area, and then we have an airbrush area. So 5 minutes in the latex area, then they get back in line, and then another 5 minutes in the airbrush area.
So it's like almost like an assembly line, kind of like you're making cars.
Yeah,
huh?
we have 6 latex artists and 6 airbrush artists, and we've got a system. We get them in there, we get them out.
Well, some of the effects that you're able to achieve with makeup are absolutely astounding. Where did you learn how to do all this?
Well, I worked for Astroworld for the last 6 years that they were open, and then I've been here at Screamworld since about 2005, 2006, something like that.
So a number of years.
Yeah. So it's just something that I picked up trial and error, learning from different makeup artists. I've had a lot of good teachers. I'm by no means an expert on them. I'm learning new things every day. And
well, given that you probably do a couple of thousand faces a season, you must be pretty good. That's got to make you something if not an expert.
I find myself painting people in my sleep. So.
That's right. What kind of effects do you like to try to get with your actors?
I like the to be organic in the way that the makeup looks.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing a scar or doing a burn, I want it to look like something that would happen naturally,
right?
And not just something that we just slapped on somebody's face. And then when we do the airbrush, I want it to be a more blended kind of a thing instead of a hard line kind of cartoony.
Yeah. Well, I know one of the things that really intrigued me in the makeup clinics that we did is when you started talking about dead bodies. So like you're trying to do makeup for a zombie, and you actually like studied the way that the body begins to decompose. Right. I think your vision of a zombie is essentially this is a dead person on wheels.
Right.
So to make them look realistic, you got to know what a dead person looks like.
Yeah, and it's not just a regular dead person, because you have to look at becoming a zombie. If you looked at any of the genres, any of the movies, zombie usually starts off with an infection and then moves on to a zombie, unless it's like, you know, a comet lands,
right,
hits the earth and causes all the
everyone's a zombie all at one time.
Right. So if we're doing if we're doing zombies and they bite somebody and that person gets infected, then we start off with what's an infection look like? Are they going to go into a fever first? Or, you know, is the wound going to be all pussy and bloody and stuff like that? So you got to kind of look at that. Then you got to look at if somebody dies, what happens to the body at death? It starts to bloat, you get bruising on the skin because of the pressure from the bloating on the inside. So you got a lot of purples and pinks and reds on that.
Yeah.
And then as it decays, then it becomes more decimated. So you get more grays and you get more blacks and browns and stuff like that on the skin. So you really got to judge, you know, where they are in the dead stage.
Yeah. So you really study hard how to make people ugly, right?
Oh, yeah.
Not exactly.
Most makeup artists look at a model and say, "Oh, I can make you look so beautiful." And I look at somebody and say, "How really creepy can I make this person look?"
Well, Chris, we're just so glad to have you. Such a good part of what we offer here at Screamworld. Thanks for being here, and thanks for being on our blog.
Well, thank you.